Hey guys, Todd Daniel here, part of the 2K crew. I want to talk to you a little bit tonight on just some of the jigs that I use that Custom Kicker Jigs makes. Uh, my primary go-to bait is for me down here in South Georgia and North Florida is going to be the deposit swim jig. And what this really does for me is it gives me a couple of different options on how to fish it and what kind of trailers to put on it. But the key thing about this jig that I really like is the slim head design. I don't know if y'all can see that. I hope you can. But if you'll notice how thin that is, and that just comes through the grass and the cover so much better than some of the broad-headed swim jigs that are out on the market today. Not bashing any of those other models, but for me and the type of grass and cover that I'm fishing down here in South Georgia and North Florida, and even as far south as Okeechobee, this works a lot better for me with that thin head design. It just comes through there and cuts through the grass a lot easier. The other thing is the living rubber skirts that Custom Kicker puts on these things, phenomenal. And the skirt colors, I mean, this is their crappie color, or speckled perch, or crappie, or whatever neck of the woods you're in, however you want to say it. But this is a great color, and I don't know of another company out there that's making a skirt color that is like this. Alright, now how I decide on what kind of trailer I'm going to use depends on the cover I'm fishing. If I'm fishing anything with grass, hydrilla, eelgrass, peppergrass, anything like that, I'm going to go with more of a swim bait trailer on it. These were the Key Tech swim baits have really worked really well with the deposit swim jig. I think there's been quite a bit of money went on the FLW tour and that kind of stuff with it. But anytime you fish around grass, I like a swim bait trailer. Now, if I'm throwing around barren banks or rocky banks, or even around some timber or something like that, I like to go with a swimming crawl, such as this from Big Bite Baits, or even the Ultra Vibe Speed Crawl from Zoom. It doesn't really matter, as long as, but the big key for this is having that bright color, that alternate color as the trailer, really makes it stand out. But I just don't seem to get the strikes and the fish count with a crawfish bait trailer when I'm fishing around grass. I get more around rocks, stumps, just clay banks, bluff banks, something like that. I do better with a crawl trailer around that kind of cover. And like I said, grass, I'm throwing a swim bait. My primary go-to colors are going to be that crappie color, the bluegill color, such as this. It's got a little bit of the blue and the green in there. But these living rubber skirts are just awesome. You know, the action on them, I wish I could show you, but we're not in the water. But that's the black and blue. Great swim jigs. Try them out. 2kjigs.com. One of the other baits I use is the Dock Monkey. This is a general, just great all-round jig for no matter what you want to do. And if you look, see the profile on this thing, how it's flat on the bottom, and it really allows you to skip these jigs under docks really well. And that's a big key, and you get a lot of bites that other guys are missing if you can master the art of skipping a jig underneath a dock like that. I go to primarily two different trailers when I'm throwing these things. This is a twin grub trailer, but it's in that electric blue that Zoom makes, and I just like it because it sets off the other blue that's in there, and it just kind of, when it gives that fall, these twin grub tails just kind of twirl down, and it looks a lot like a crawfish. And I use that a lot when I'm fishing light cover, stumps, stuff like that. And if I'm fishing heavy stuff, I like a more compact, bulky bait, such as this Zoom Z-Hog, like this. Same thing with the color combinations, but it's got the pointed nose on it. The eye's built in around the nose, or the nose is built in around the eye. So it's all one fluid head design on this thing. Fantastic. Great weed guard. Strong hooks. Like I said, again, the living rubber and the silicone, just fantastic bait. You cannot beat these things. Now, for something that's just totally different and off the wall that you'll never see any other brand make, this is the 2K Freak. Now I want y'all to look at this thing. How fat the bottom design is, but look how thin it is. What this thing does is when you throw this out there, you can throw it down there and let it sit and jerk it up, and it's going to shoot up, but then as it falls, it kind of swims and falls back down like that. You can even walk the dog under the water with this thing. New concept, right? Can't do that with a lot of other baits, but this thing will actually walk the dog side to side just like you would if it was a top water. Color combinations, I like the chartreuse and white, and I like this green pumpkin color with a blue flash in it. But the key to using the Freak is going to be a flat-tailed bait like the 4-inch Reaction Innovation Sweet Beaver. Use the the trailer of your choice. If it's some off-brand, some guy making them in his garage or whatever. But the flat tail, that seems to be the best trailer to put on the back of a Freak as far as action goes and that kind of stuff. It doesn't kill any of the side to side or the swimming motion that this has. So there you go. That's just 3 of my favorites that 2K makes. Check them out at 2kjigs.com. Check them out on Facebook at Custom Kicker Jigs. My name's Todd Daniel. Y'all take care. Tight lines.